What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to AFRO SHEEPDOG. It's a special day. Today we're gonna be watching the retired, legendary provider of leisure escape for young men all across the globe. Needing no introduction. This is Miss.
That's not how it was. It wasn't just, hey, do you want to come do? It was more so, oh, you're beautiful. Like, would you like to do some modeling? Oh, you have a great body.
I love how this former corn star all of a sudden is about to hit 30. He's getting all self-righteous about why she did corn vids. Appreciated.
I think you'd be great in nude modeling.
She said, oh, they didn't tell me I was going to get popped down. They told me I was going to look beautiful in front of camera. Bitch, that's the same damn thing.
Things like that.
Right.
This is going well.
Yeah.
Good work.
All right, well, this is how we don't do pull-ups, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Let's try this again.
that would be no. So the youthful exuberance of her bodies got played out from getting used up in corn films, and now she's going to be a self-help, talk to women about what they should do. This seems like someone right out of rehab, drug rehab, trying to tell drug addicts what to do because they know after 3 days.
But then I realized,
Bruh. Perfect analogy. I mean, come on. It's kind of like right now with the epidemic of BBLs, the epidemic of BBLs. I mean, how are you going to be explaining to your fellow sisters that you are doing this for yourself, as we are clearly seeing who you are doing it for? She not really mad. I mean, let's get it.
I was never doing this because I enjoy this. I was never doing this because I need or want the money, because the money is shit. It's terrible.
So what was it that? Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Do you believe that? Because I don't. That is super cap as far as I'm concerned. Super cap. Let's get it though.
Not on my channel. No. So what did push you into it?
It was the fact that I was getting attention and the validation I was getting, and people on set.
All right, I could see one film. You wanted attention, validation. You've got dozens of them. You got 3 guys coming in the rear O-ring. You got to say it's more than that. Attention, validation. It's cute. I appreciate it. Blame it on something else, the patriarchy, but it's your low moral compass, honey.
Telling me, oh my God, you're so beautiful, and the attention from these good-looking men who I never in a.
It's like the real life version of the dopamine hits you get from social media, and you can imagine that. I mean, not to denigrate her, but like you can picture this girl as a youngin, right? Big bushy eyebrows, dark hair, not really the features. She doesn't really have like extremely like big booty. Titties is what's the main thing. So it's like you know she didn't get attention until she fully filled out, as they said, right? And so what you're seeing here is that person that's been waiting for attention finally gets it and is like, whoa.
Million years thought would give me the time of day. So I was caught up in the whirlwind of that, completely forgetting about what I was doing for myself and my future.
Right.
So do you feel like for you that it was more of these outside forces and it wasn't empowering in any way?
Blame it on somebody else. That always works.
Or do you feel like maybe in the moment you felt empowered, but
I think it was a false sense of empowerment.
Okay.
It's like,
Because
why is this guy pushing empowerment to even be in the conversation at all? Like, we're talking about corn. There's no. It's like this whole sexual liberation idea, right? At the end of the day, sexual liberation has been primarily focused on having a sexual, frivolous lifestyle. Right? There's no real empowerment there. Both men and women are losing in that situation. Right? Women just rack up the numbers, and men continually neither of us is gonna meet in the middle, but we have this crazy idea that we're modernizing. So let's see where we go.
Now that I know what true empowerment from within feels like, it doesn't come.
Is getting Tinder sauce in your face and every orifice your body, is that empowerment? I'm missing the point here. These movies are made for men, and she's saying that was empowerment at the time. I mean, you know, there's clearly a mental defect to this person.
From things like that. It comes from succeeding and reaching a goal that I set for myself. And
What was the goal? 1,000 men in 6 months?
you know, making my fiance smile, or like things like that.
Wait a second. Making her fiance smile. She's reaching here. She's like, I can get into this self-help get.
That nigga into this. That's fucked up. That's like saying, I cheated on my man so that he can know the value he has at home. Don't bring the nigga into this. What are you talking about?
Because the corn vids are over. I've aged out of it. I'm wearing adult diapers because my rear O-ring's all blown out.
For what empower me now, and that's long-lasting empowerment. That's the empowerment that gives you true confidence.
Gee, thanks.
Not what I was doing
What did you try to be, Dr. Phil? Good work.
before. What I was doing before was, I
Or
think, a
this.
cry for help. Like I should have done therapy.
Guy
Right.
who goes after a girl significantly younger than them is
Right.
severely lacking in their
It's cute, she says, is now almost 30. When she was 20, dating 45-year-old.
She was the one.
She loved it. But now
She was
she's
the main
almost
one.
30. She's trying to get on that grift, right? The 30-year-old crowd of women professionals. Look at her, stunning and brave. She did corn vids. I mean, that was her jam.
life.
This is that moment right there. This is for these people that are wrapped up in just fulfillment through career. This is men and women once again. Of course, from a man's point of view, your job is to go out there and kill what you eat, bring it home for a wife to. But at the same time, she also has responsibilities that she's taking care of, which might include, more often than not, also going out there to get it done, you know? But in this moment, we really have to recognize where a woman's value, how that graph goes. Same thing with a man's value, right? If by the time I get to 30, by the time I get to 35, I have not ticked off certain boxes, that value drops pretty damn quick, right? A 25-year-old girl or a 23-year-old girl or even a 20-year-old girl is not, it's not willy-nilly walking up to any 35-year-old man. Like that's, you could probably finesse it and act like you got some bread because you don't know what real bread look like, but the minute she understands what that is, you will not be it, right? Even by that point, you have to retain certain things in order to maintain competitive edge. That's the thing. Let's go.
And I mean that confidence wise, I mean, like, they are falling short in so many places that is the
Right.
only.
Quick question with this. I'm sorry about all the pauses. Is that not like? Is there something called womansplaining? I don't. Is that not womansplaining? Because I'm gonna shut up.
Place they can turn to feel like they have something on the scale of power.
You know, if this was a real podcast, they'd say, okay, Mia, how many guys 20 plus years older than you did you date, quote unquote date? And it'd be a lot because that was her jam. But now she's 30. She thinks it's disgusting.
And ultimately it's predatory. I mean, there's
Right,
just
okay.
no way to kind of, because you're manipulating someone who is not aware of what they're giving you. Yeah. And it's unfair.
Like, is that not the most unaccountable? Yo, I worry. I worry for what it's gonna look like soon. I really, really worry. I mean, I'm already worried for what it looks like right now, but shit, these women are gonna raise kids. Like, our boys need the grace of fucking God. They need grace of God, but we'll see. Our boys are gonna need help.
Got the same man, it is because men are the easiest thing in the entire world. I have never wanted a man and not gotten him.
She was just saying how needy she was and wanted attention from men.
She got it. And she big dog.
Well, when you're a corn star, people come to you because they want to get their kink freaky fetish shit out. They don't want to take you home to mama. Be honest with
You
yourself.
have any idea how many men have wanted me? And
Jaying
not
off
gotten
to
me?
it.
Granted, some dusties
Jaying off.
have caught me slipping.
Yeah, because they were jaying off to her vids.
This is, you see, where her self-esteem, self-worth is entirely built within that framework. Right? That's her success, that's her everything. So if that's your success and that's your everything, and on top of that, the work that you need to do is no beyond. Shit. I mean, speaks for itself, don't it?
Want to tell their boys about it. They don't want to be with you, honey. Let's be honest. No one wants this long term. So
I and his girlfriend, and we were interrupted in the middle of talking and eating, and he said, "Hey, Mia Khalifa, can I get a picture with you?" And I looked up at him and I'm like, "No, we're eating." And I said it just like that. Like it was a rude way, but it was also very rude for him to come up while someone was actively in the middle of a conversation. And after
she knows how this works. When you're a celebrity, right, all over the interwebs doing corn vids, and you've had Tinder sauce splashed over your face in 1,000 different frames, people think your standards are low because they are low. What the hell did she expect this guy's gonna do?
I said that, his girlfriend, who was standing next to him, grabbed him by...
That's like I work packing shit from a sewer, and you see me outside and you tell me I stink, and I get absolutely mad. It's like, buddy, fortunately, it's a part of the job, you know?
The arm and said, "I told you that wasn't her. There's not enough on her face. Let's go, babe." And I went into the bathroom and cried, and I didn't really know how to handle it, especially because it came from a woman, and especially...
What did she
I did not handle it either.
think was going to happen? Videos with her getting Tinder sauce all over her face, ear, up the nose, and she thought people weren't going to say it. I mean, she was proud enough to put a video out about it. Not one by accident, several. And then she's shocked that a woman's...
You gained from it. You gained from it. Did you think it was going to come with gains and no repercussions? You gained from it. The only reason that you're on this screen right now speaking to me is because prior to that, for a long period of my youth, you were doing something else in front of the camera. Gave you some credibility. Not enough, though. And you only find mamas. This is you in like 5 years. Eh? You think you've diversified out of the workforce. Not recognizing that all you're doing is popping pussy for somebody who actually owns OnlyFans. And the only people that are winning from OnlyFans are the actual owners of OnlyFans. Because it's only them that ain't had to pop nothing to make the bread. Everybody else, yeah, just in court.
Gonna comment because that's how she's portrayed herself. That's her value, and that's what she sold her value to be.
Because I was there for business, and it was something that had nothing to do
So she was conducting business, so getting Tinder sauce on the grill at the restaurant. Got it.
with the adult industry, and I was just very dejected and embarrassed and felt like they would never want to work with me again.
Embarrassed because a woman came up and said something that you do in the videos that you were making a living from. You're embarrassed about it. I'm missing the embarrassment here. She did hundreds of these things.
That must have been really hurtful.
Yeah.
Did they end up working with you still after that?
Yeah, we're still on the contract.
Okay.
Actions and decisions have consequences. She made them. She knew it was coming. She can't think she's going to get out of this without people making comments. They're always going to see stuff dripping off her face. Most people who've watched her, films.
Good.
It was so hard for me to date because I never wanted to date anyone who was into me for the wrong reasons, Yeah. So it was really hard for me to find someone who was genuine and also at the same time not scared or they didn't run away from my past.
Right.
All right, real question. So if you met an adult video actress, you may be into it for the kink, weird shit, but would you want to take her home to your family? Let's be honest. You don't know her that well. You have to...
If you met a girl and she said she was a nurse, and there are not some qualities that you attach with someone who's made it all the way to being a nurse and built a life around it, right? There's a reason niggas like that shit, right? There's income that comes with it, but you also know like her hours are probably terrible, so like you're gonna have to live with that if you want to go beyond that with her. this one thinks that this is the direct product of the cosmo infection of women. This is like there was a lineage, there was a bloodline. They rode through this.
It takes time to develop a relationship where you care about her. You just want to do the kink shit. You don't want this in your life. I mean, I'm sure there's a small percentage of guys, but no high value guys these girls always claim to get.
I have a second chance in life too. I did my job. I retired. I've moved on. I'm working really hard at something else.
I bet.
And I am constantly.
I bet she's working hard. I have no doubt in my mind.
Constantly disrespected, constantly disregarded as a decent human being.
I read you only made $12,000
Well, you did that to yourself, honey. Let's be honest.
from it before taxes. Before taxes?
Yeah.
You know, we joke around about us older women liking these younger men, but let me tell you what may be happening here. I have a younger guy who has been interested in me for a little while, and even though we've never gone out, and I have this rule that I will not date anyone who is not at least older than my oldest child.
Who wants to be king?
Facts. Lord, facts. What's your takeaway from this? Because I mean, I gave mine through the video, and a lot of it was just me messing around. But realistically, though, as we think about the progression of our culture, of not just our culture, but the interaction between us men and women. Forget the red pill, blue pill, all of that, right? Just thinking about yourself as an adult, as we navigate all of this and we cross to the next stage in our lives. What do you think sets the stage for what you become? Right? If a small percentage of us might get lucky, and maybe we get away with transitioning to this new life where nothing you've done over the last 20 years matters, right? But that's a small percentage. For most, everything you've done matters. Everything. I'm learning my lessons daily. I know how old I am. I'm not anywhere close to 30 yet, but I'm learning my lessons daily, and I'm racking up the regrets too. The things I know I'm doing now and happening to me now that I know I'm gonna have to deal with for years and years, and probably gonna pop up again in 2 years. That's the repercussions of my decision making. I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing here is our culture has lost accountability. It doesn't exist anymore. And I'm not gonna sit here as a hypocrite and act like there are not areas of my life where that's not the case. There are areas that I'm hoping I get away with shit, so I don't have to be accountable for it. Right? But the reality is, this has become a norm in our culture, and so we've built up echo chambers around this. Right? This is why it's difficult for men to understand that just blindly chasing paper till you're 35 with no actual game plan doesn't set you up for shit. More often than not, you're gonna blow a lot of that money that you're chasing more money. Right? You're not setting up a game plan. You're not building a kingdom. You're just chasing money. Right? Women, the same thing, and it's almost worse for women now because they have to cross two bridges. See, they've created the first bridge now, where they have to first see themselves as career women, as successful in the same way that we men hold ourselves accountable. And then they have to also see themselves as successful in the way traditionally women do. And as much as they would like to denigrate it or brush it aside, the reality remains the same. Right? Even in the way they compete, at the end of the day, you find a lot of our women, after they finish competing outside with the BPLs and the big butts and who can twerk the best and all that shit, inherently they still end up competing. By the time you see them, you ever listen to them talking about their relationships and all of this, a lot of it ends up being competitive about what am I doing for my man that this woman is not doing, what am I doing here that this woman, what am I providing extra that this woman is doing. Right? That's competition. That's competition. Right? So as we get older, as we navigate all of this, accountability is the first step to anything we're trying to accomplish. Right? gonna make decisions as we've been making. I mean, since 2020, call it 2019, 2020, it's almost as if our decision-making process has just gone off the rails. We cast aside the last inkling of ethics in our decision-making. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm one thing or the other. I enjoy my kush, I enjoy my alcohol, I enjoy everything else, but I also work like a dog, and I recognize that. And I recognize that as long as I'm able to set targets that are realistic and build a structure around myself and build a family around myself, I will be a productive member of society. That's the goal. The goal is to be a productive member of society. But you can't do that for free. You have to put in the work to get there. Alright, enough of me talking at you, enough of me talking with you. I'm gonna let you go enjoy the rest of the interweb, as our brother here said it. Again, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Getting the flock back together, baby. This is the new home. Peace.